Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel and the Catechism for Kids series. Back with me again, Joseph, your host. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most beautiful and central themes of the Christian faith, the boundless compassion and love of Jesus Christ. We'll explore how his love wasn't just a feeling, but a powerful force for action, and how we, as his followers, are called to reflect that same love in our daily lives. We'll even share some wonderful ideas for teaching these concepts to children, making faith a joyful and living part of your family. Let's start with the heart of Jesus. Throughout his entire ministry, Jesus showed a profound and active compassion for everyone he met, especially those who were hurting or on the margins of society. His heart was full of love for every single person. When he saw people who were sick, hungry, or lonely, he didn't turn away. He moved toward them, cared for them, he healed them, and he gave them hope. This is what compassion truly is. It's not just feeling sorry for someone. It's feeling their pain with them and then doing something to help. The Gospel of Matthew tells us in chapter 9, verse 36, when he saw the crowds, he had compassion for them because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Jesus saw beyond the surface. He saw their spiritual hunger, their exhaustion, and their need for a guide. He saw them as God sees them, precious, beloved, and in need of care. This deep compassion was the driving force behind many of his miracles. Time and time again, Jesus' empathy led to incredible acts of healing that addressed both physical and spiritual needs. He healed the sick, gave sight to the blind, and miraculously fed thousands of hungry people. His compassion wasn't limited by social or cultural rules. Think about his encounter with the Samaritan woman at the well. In that time, it was radical for a Jewish man to speak to a Samaritan woman, let alone in public. But Jesus crossed those barriers, offering her living water and showing her that she was seen and valued by God. His love was also deeply personal and human. When his dear friend Lazarus died, the Bible tells us that Jesus wept. He stood with Lazarus' grieving family and shared in their sorrow, demonstrating profound empathy. This shows us a God who is not distant from our suffering, but one who enters into it with us. The famous parable of the prodigal son perfectly illustrates this unconditional love. It paints a picture of God as a forgiving father, running to embrace his lost child, celebrating his return without a single word of condemnation. This is the radical, welcoming love Jesus calls us to. So, what does it mean for us to care for others like Christ? This means putting this active, empathetic love into practice through intentional actions. It's about transforming our faith from words into deeds. First, we are called to listen with empathy. In our busy, distracted world, one of the greatest gifts we can offer someone is our full, undivided attention. True Christian love listens to others' stories, their joys, and their burdens, without judgment or interruption. It's about creating a safe space for people to be themselves. Next, we can practice small, consistent acts of kindness. Compassion doesn't always have to be a grand gesture. It can be as simple as offering a meal to a neighbor who's going through a tough time, sending an encouraging text message, or just holding the door for someone. These small acts communicate that you see and value them. We're also called to serve others sacrificially. Jesus himself said he came not to be served, but to serve. We can imitate this by actively looking for opportunities to help. Whether it's volunteering in our community, helping a family member with a difficult chore, or giving our time to a cause we believe in. Treating every person with respect is another cornerstone of loving like Jesus. He valued everyone, including women and children, who were often overlooked in his culture. We are called to do the same, showing respect to everyone regardless of their background, social status, or position. Our words also have immense power. Ephesians 4:29 advises us, "Let no evil talk come out of your mouths, but only what is useful for building up as there is need, so that your words may give grace to those who hear, instead of gossip or criticism." Let's use our words to encourage, uplift, and affirm the people around us. And finally, we must forgive freely. Forgiveness is a core expression of God's love. Just as we have been forgiven so much by Christ, we are called to extend that same grace to others, letting go of grudges and choosing reconciliation. Now, dear parents and adults, how can we pass on this beautiful legacy of compassion to the next generation? Teaching children about Jesus' love is one of the most important things we can do. It's about making these big concepts simple, joyful, and real for them. Start with the most fundamental truth: God is love. Remind children that all love comes from God, and when we love others, we are sharing God's own love with the world. Explain Jesus' great commandment to love your neighbor as yourself. The story of the Good Samaritan is a perfect illustration. It teaches that our neighbor is anyone we see in need, no matter who they are or where they come from. It challenges us to look beyond our own circle and help those who are different from us. Emphasize caring for the vulnerable. The Bible repeatedly speaks about God's special concern for orphans, widows, and the poor. We can help children find practical, age-appropriate ways to care for others in need. Let's get practical with some fun activities. You could create a kindness jar at home. Write simple acts of kindness on slips of paper, like draw a picture for a grandparent, share your favorite toy with a sibling, or help set the table without being asked. Have your child pull one out each day to complete. This makes kindness a fun and daily habit. Reading is another powerful tool. Find children's books that focus on kindness, friendship, and empathy. Use these stories to start conversations about how the characters showed love and how Jesus shows us love. Another wonderful practice is writing thank you notes. After a birthday or holiday, help your child write notes to express their gratitude. This simple activity teaches them to recognize and appreciate the kindness others have shown them. You can also use role-playing. Create different scenarios, like what would you do if you saw a classmate sitting alone at lunch? Or how can you help when your brother is sad because he lost his toy? This helps children practice compassionate responses in a safe environment, giving them the tools they need for real-life situations. Every time we help someone who is sad, sick, or left out, we are loving like Jesus. When we open our hearts to others, we are sharing His incredible light and love with the world. By practicing compassion, we not only follow Christ's example, but also grow in virtue and love, becoming the people God created us to be. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope this has been an encouragement to you and your family. If you found this message helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more faith-filled content. We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. How do you practice compassion in your daily life? God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, stay safe and healthy.